McMahon, along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Sammy Davis Jr., Marion Hartley, Bob and Ray, and 91-year-old Murray Earl. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Thank you. You want to pass me a hit of that? Well, now that you've had your cheap thrills, I suppose you'll dump me for somebody else, right? Friday nights. I like Friday night crowds. They have You don't often walk out and see an old lady in the audience lining her lovebirds cage with a Kama Sutra. How many of you are out of town? You're out of work is what you're out of town. From time to time, we give tips for tourists out here because we don't want you to come to Southern California and get ripped off by unscrupulous people. So tonight's tip is if you happen to be walking along Hollywood Boulevard and you see a sign that says, Our Lady of Good Hands, it is not a church. I have a late report from the newsroom. Just came in. Yes, Rose Kennedy just offered to debate Miss Lillian on the issue of unemployment. Their sons. It's one of those days you scrounge around the newspapers trying to find something that's exciting to talk about. Not too much going on. Do you know today is the anniversary? This I know you'll be thrilled about. Is the anniversary of the nickel. This shows you how deep you have to dig sometimes. No, the first nickel was authorized this day in 1866. I know, don't try to hide your excitement. Well, nickels are good for a lot of things nowadays. For example, you can buy a nickel candy bar with 5 of them. This is about graduation time for I thought so. Graduation time around the country for high schools and colleges. I saw a sign, I could tell in Hollywood especially, I saw a sign outside today at the House of Bondage that said, reserved now for prom night. Well, it's only in Hollywood. No, this time of year brings back sad memories for me. I think back of my youth on the plains of Nebraska when yes, I know. In our high school prom, I remember I asked the prettiest girl in Norfolk High School to be my prom date, Wanda Whitebread. And she turned me down. Oh. And I had to go to the prom of my date with the ugliest girl in high school, Tippy O'Neill. And Tippy was not an attractive girl. Let me put it this way. She used to arrive at the beauty parlor in an ambulance. I do have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that Los Angeles star center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sprained his ankle. The good news is he's tall enough to play on his knees. He's still 6 feet. How many of you read about or were watching the news last night and saw our new Secretary of State in Vienna, Senator Muskie? the poor man fell asleep. Yeah, they were having the 25th anniversary of the independence, I think, marking Austria's 25th independence from the Habsburg reign. And there was Secretary of State Muskie sleeping. He had a wonderful dream. He dreamed he was back in the Senate. How many of you saw Spiro Agnew last night on television? Yeah, he was interviewed by Barbara Walters last night. And the week before, she interviewed Richard Nixon. I think next week she's interviewing J.L. Ewing. J.R. Okay, you're right, J.R. You're going to penalize me for one lousy letter, huh? It is J.R., of course, not J.L. We did a whole sketch here a week ago. Agnew said that he's not ruling out running for office again. Isn't that a big thrill? No, he wants to get back into the limelight. And I think it means a lot to Spiro, because he is stuck with a garage full of watches. Remember the Spiro Agnew watch? You remember Spiro Agnew? Poor Ted Kennedy, the president, he was so desperate today, he was out on Benedict Canyon debating his echo. President won't debate with him. There is another anniversary today. This is a big day for anniversaries. This is the 50th anniversary of airline stewardesses. Yeah. They worked the first flight 50 years ago. The flight went from Chicago to San Francisco. The luggage went from Chicago to Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's hard to imagine that 50 years ago, the airlines established a policy that still holds true today. The pretty stewardess is never in your section. Well, let's see, jumping overseas. The Ayatollah Khomeini. Yeah. Today ordered a purge of all corrupt television shows in Iran. Today, I understand he shot the producers of two of the most popular shows, Shah's Angels and the Misadventures of Ayatollah Lobo. Yes, okay, we got a great show for you tonight. Stay where you are, and we'll be right back. Thank you.